Hi all. So a while ago on YouTube, I stumbled down a wormhole of small kitchen appliance reviews. As I was looking to buy an air fryer and perhaps maybe a pressure cooker, that's when I stumbled across one of the worst YouTube chefs of all time. His name is Jack Scalfani, as I like to call him, Jack Salmonella Scalfani. I watch video after video of him butcher, sometimes quite literally, recipes. Imagine driving slowly past a multi-car pileup on the interstate. That's my face as I watched him teach the internet how to make partially cooked meals of varying types and taking awful and unneeded shortcuts to recipes that are already quick to prepare. The absolute horror of Jack's lazy man chefing, air quote, techniques to my boyfriend Tom. And now, since we can't unsee it, we are opening your eyes to it as well. I'm Michelle, and I welcome you to join us for this horrific journey, better known as Pink Chicken and the Lazy Man. Welcome back to Pink Chicken and the Lazy Man.
Pink Chicken and the Lazy Man.
I'm Michelle, Pink Chicken.
And I'm Tom the Lazy Man. We're back with another episode of Cooking with Jack. Has anybody out there in Cooking with Jack fanland noticed that Jack seems a little dispirited this week?
I have. Jack's last 3 videos have been off their usual post cycle.
Yeah, he's either trying to appear like he's not trying to jiggle the sorting algorithm of YouTube anymore to get recommended with more famous YouTube chefs, or he's just basically given up life at this point.
One thing to note, we did watch his live chat on Saturday, and his Facebook page was hacked. And then he later posted...
just in time for his how to make money with social media video.
Which was also ironic. Which was also late. So if you watch the videos in order, it's hacked how to make money on Facebook. It's great. It's just poetic. He's talking about getting rid of his Jack on the Go Facebook because his Facebook was hacked and he can't do business with somebody that has such security flaws as Facebook. Now, I've known people that have gotten hacked on Facebook, and usually it's by their own doing. Either they click something that they weren't supposed to have clicked, they have some kind of app linked in their settings that causes the hack. Something gets compromised one way or the other.
I feel it was either an insecure password, because Jack thinks he's clever, or he was just too lazy and decided to reuse a password, or he gave somebody access for some nefarious reason, some third-party marketing person. You know, Jack, cheaper the better. He was trying to do some type of marketing shortcut to get followers or likes or something like that, because, you know, he's noticed that Facebook video is the new trend, and he was trying to get something done with that. He didn't know how to do it, or he just wanted to jump the gun. He wanted to leapfrog somebody else's success, and he either gave that person the wrong access or he let somebody in and that person knew more than he did. So he tripped up. He made a mistake.
I don't think we'll find the full answer as to what exactly happened.
We know he won't tell us.
Right. He doesn't have access. I checked earlier. The Cooking with Jack Facebook page is still gone, and the Jack on the Go he says he's going to delete it this coming Saturday, which I don't know when this will get posted, but it may or may not have already happened depending on when you're listening to this.
So there's lots of weird things going on in Jack world. I have a different theory. I'm on the domestic strife conspiracy theory with Jack. I think things are going so well with Tammy. They were ordering lots of stuff out, taking on the go, which means he'd have to get in the car with her, and they have to go in the car, and we know what a baby he was in the drive-thru and all the bitching he does sitting in the passenger seat. I think this has caused a strain, and I think the cowgirl chicken salad episode was the final straw, because in the very next cooking video, the one we're going to watch now, is how to make a perfect hot dog. Hot dogs are what a recently divorced man or a recently separated man makes. This is not the food of happy marriage. This is the food of, hey, look, I'm going to cook this for me and Jack Jr., and you can make whatever you want. Whatever entertains your stupid little YouTube audience, you can do that. Use whatever's it you find in the fridge. So all he found in the fridge was the hot dog and the jar of chopped onions.
Yeah, and the rest of the condiments look like they were already there because they're partially used.
Well, everybody has partially used condiments in their refrigerator. We have at least 8 bottles of fancy mustards that are half used.
The point is he didn't make a special shopping trip for this episode. No, maybe the buns. The buns look brand new.
Yeah, but remember, she went grocery shopping for cowgirl chicken salad video. So I think the buns were just happen to be there too.
His last video, the Friday video, which we were looking forward to reacting, was a throwaway episode, I think. This is kind of a throwaway episode too. There's not really much to review. He made beer bread. Like, you just add beer to the bread mix.
And that was from Patty's, the restaurant he visited for Jack on the Go months ago.
So that looks like it was recorded after they came back from that trip.
Yeah, that one to me feels like, here's an emergency video that I'm not going to release. I'm just going to have this tucked away in case I need something, in case we ever have to go somewhere quickly and I still want to stay on my release schedule. You always make a couple videos on the side to just have. And that feels like that one. This one itself seems like that as well. This might be the footage he had for his original hot dog video was crap, so he had to reshoot this right away, or he couldn't find that footage. It feels like a throwaway episode. The beer bread episode, total throwaway episode. That wasn't even like, it was barely 6 minutes long.
I mean, who doesn't know how to cook hot dogs? Whether you do it in the microwave, the grill, wherever. It takes literally, 10 minutes to make a hot dog?
I think as a public service announcement to our audience, we have to state that the pink chicken, Michelle, is not a hot dog eater.
No, I think the texture...
Forgive us hot dog fans when she says first thing out of her mouth is, well, maybe you should microwave the hot dog. We all know that that's the last refuge of the desperate or the desperately drunk.
We don't see him cook these hot dogs. Maybe he did microwave them. I mean, the only reason we know that he actually went through with cooking them on the stove was because he set off the smoke detector.
Oh, that's hysterical. Well, we should get into the video.
Yeah, let's get into the video.
We are watching How to Make the Perfect Hot Dog, Cooking with Jack's show. This premiered yesterday on Tuesday.
Not at the same time as the Babish video.
No, this was a Tuesday evening release for Jack, so...
Which is later. He's usually around 9 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time.
Something's going on. Either, like I said, he's trying to have some type of response to the Facebook hack and figure his way out of that, or domestic strife. My bet's on domestic strife. So, as synchronized YouTubulators, we are going to be hitting start in 3, 2, here we go. All right, we are back in the Cooking with Jack kitchen. He's got his pile of ingredients in front of him. Again, no real effort here. He's got a pack of hot dogs from the bottom of from the deli tray in his refrigerator.
A bunch of used condiments.
Cheese, half-eaten bottle of Kraut, half-eaten bottle of relish. The most interesting thing on here is the King's Hawaiian hot dog rolls. Typically, when you get a King's Hawaiian dinner roll, and like people do that with like barbecue pork sliders, but that's because the pork is so rich, and you make a spicy barbecue with that you want something cool and sweet to go with it. Plus, it's a thicker bread. It's a more absorbent bread.
It works well with sliders.
Right.
It does.
No reason to have a hot dog on that.
Aren't there like Chicago dogs? They have poppy seed buns.
Yeah, there's a New England style hot dog roll that normally you toast.
Yeah, see, I'm not a fan of hot dogs, so I don't know all the ins and outs of preparation and what you should and shouldn't put. I know ketchup is a very controversial thing.
You're saying that you don't have a lot of wiener knowledge to hand?
Yeah,
all right,
something like that.
We're gonna leave the obvious hot dog. We're gonna leave the obvious wiener humor to the side. So he checks to make sure that his gas is on. That's interesting. For the pan, he's got his rock pan. Now he pours the liquid snot that is his saved bacon grease.
Forget about the
what
meat
is
boogers.
This 19th century Appalachia? Like he's saving animal fat?
Forget about the meat boogers. It's actual boogers this time.
Yeah, really.
So we dump in the 6 hot dogs.
Whole pack.
Yeah, I thought there were 10 of them, but these look like they're foot-long dogs, maybe?
But they're Hebrew National. Supposed to be a higher quality cut of beef because they're Hebrew National because they're supposed
kosher
to be prepared.
dogs?
Yeah, they're supposed to be prepared along kosher specifications. Okay. You now have the 2 King's Hawaiian hot dog rolls on the plate. Did he say he cut them, or he said they were already split like that? It's like he cut them and he cut them the wrong way, but
it looks like there's a seam on the side that you could still open like you would with a normal hot dog bun.
Again, the King's Hawaiian hot dog roll, that's not their stock in trade. Nobody really buys those. Apparently except Jack. Who knew?
This cheese offends me. This cheese scene here offends me greatly. Like, why would you put cheese in a bun like that? That looks like ass.
Well, first of all, if you're putting cheese on a hot dog, it's a cheese sauce. Either Cheese Whiz, melted Velveeta, it's some type of melted cheese.
Yeah, it has to be melted. This is going to stay intact throughout the rest of the episode, as you'll see.
I thought the one food crime here was going to be, he's talking about how he jammed the cheese in the hot dog slot and it broke.
Like, it looks like a bun with lips or something, like, or a tongue sticking out. It looks just weird.
So now he's displaying his burnt hot dogs, which he's very proud that he burnt them. In fact, he's so proud that he set off his own smoke alarm because, again, he used bacon grease, not a clear oil. So the bacon grease, low smoke point, set it off. That's why you grill them. If you're gonna try to do charred hot dogs, some people like the charred skin of the hot dog. You do it outside on a grill. And oh, by the way, doesn't he have like half a dozen grills?
Yeah, he does.
And smokers. He's got like the wood smoker, the charcoal grill, 2 gas grills.
Yep.
The flat top, like the egg smoker. Why are we doing these on the frying pan?
I don't know, but the cheese is not melting. And
no,
what's
his master
interesting
plan
here
for the warm dog to melt the cheese is not
He doesn't show any of the hot dog preparation. He doesn't show rotating them in the pan, none of that. You just see them go on and then you see them come off. You don't see what goes on in between. And then the rest of the video focuses on stacking up the ingredients.
Pink
on
Chicken
the top.
was very upset that we didn't get to see his wiener handling technique. I'm sorry. Another obvious wiener joke. I hold myself to a higher standard.
So the ketchup goes on, which I know is going to piss off people.
That goes on as the first ingredient.
Well, besides the cheese, if you want to call it.
Well, the first condiment.
Okay, yeah, there you go. And then the mustard goes on next. I don't think he shakes either of these up. It looks like when he squirts out the mustard, it just comes out like...
No, a little bit of water on top, yeah.
Which is gross. I hate when that does that.
Now he's talking about setting off the smoke alarm. He's talking about all the things you could put on the hot dogs. I love how he talks about, well, you can make fancy ingredients for them, like chili.
Don't forget, Jack's chili is more like a soup. So.
Oh, here he's displaying the horribly chopped onions. You got little minced pieces, and you got 2 big Horkin chunks.
I don't know who cut these.
We're all in agreement he's going to eat all 6 of these hot dogs, right? There's not a soul in this room who doubts the fact that he made all 6 hot dogs. He's going to eat them because, well, I had to eat them all. We can't throw the food away.
With the buns, too? Oh, my God.
In this time of COVID-19 and meatpacking.
Ugh.
I'm going to say he eats the 2 in the bun. Then he's just going to, like, gnaw on one as a snack. Then he's going to let them get cold. And then he's going to cut one up on, like, a sandwich and make, like, a weird reheated cold hot dog sandwich.
Ugh.
I know just the idea of the hot dog disgusts you, so I'm trying to add to the...
Thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe he'll cut it up like a little octopus like they do on those internet videos.
And he pours soy sauce on it and watch the hot dog octopus dance.
Anyway, so he goes on a tirade here about
By the way, the magic word for this episode is
wiener?
Hot dog octopus.
He talks about
microwaving the glass jar of sauerkraut.
Yeah, because sauerkraut can't be cold going on a hot dog.
Which is fine. Cooked sauerkraut has a little bit different taste. Not just microwave the jar for 8 seconds.
Why wouldn't he just put it in
You want to slow cook the sauerkraut to release the flavor.
A bowl or heat it on the stove or something like that.
I feel like this is like recent divorcee cooking.
Yeah, it's weird.
This is the type of cooking that was pioneered by Richard Jenny, if you remember the late stand-up comedian Richard Jenny, Platypus Man, when he would do his cooking routine on stage. I mean, this is like a stand-up routine. If a stand-up comedian was going to make a joke about a cooking show, he would make it about Jack would be his routine. It's a guy who doesn't know anything about cooking, trying to fake recipes. It would be Jack.
This video smacks of like cooking towards teenagers or divorced men, like you said, or like
because he mentioned in his Saturday stream, he mentioned about his son. He talked about making video gamer food.
I don't think this is a video gamer food. It's too sloppy for that.
Yeah, a younger demographic. This is something that Jack Jr. could cook for himself.
I think he would do a better job, honestly.
Anybody would do a better job.
He'd at least know not to put the ketchup on it.
List of food crimes. How many people thought he was going to toast the cheese? Nope, didn't toast cheese under the broiler. I was expecting that.
Or at least melt it or something.
Yeah. How many people thought if he was going to heat the sauerkraut up, he wouldn't just microwave it in a jar?
I don't know if that's a microwave safe jar, but I definitely don't think you should have the lid on it. I hope he was smart enough to remove the jar lid.
I hope he wasn't smart enough to do that. I hope he set the smoke alarm off again. On the domestic strife conspiracy theory here, I'm hoping that there's tension at home. Could you imagine how pissed Tammy was when she's like, look, I'm going to be in my home office because I'm the breadwinner here. Just go make your stupid hot dog cooking video,
and then we'll
go to my thing. And she's in there. She's like, why the hell is the smoke alarm going off?
And she's in the middle of a Zoom meeting or something.
Oh
like
that. Big quarterly sales conference meeting, and she's got to go running out. And then she has to come back in and apologize to those people. Sorry, my husband set the smoke alarm off with his stupid YouTube cooking show. Oh, what's he making? Is he making Chateaubriand? Is he doing a steak? Like, what's he doing? No, he burnt a hot dog. And the laughter, the shame-filled laughter in the conference room.
Yeah. Oh. So that's the end of that video. That was 8 minutes and 40 seconds.
8 minutes, 40 seconds, 30 minutes of the title card at the end. It's the new title card, so we know he did this recently.
At least edited it recently. It's also marked as a fundraiser. There's no fundraiser, blue screen of hope.
Yeah, I think there's something that comes up. There's like what do they call those? TrueView ads? That might be something only on YouTube mobile. It might come through the mobile app and doesn't show up in the desktop or on the TV app like we have because there's no interface here.
It seems like he's giving up. We're kind of giving up because this is like...
We'll never give up. Pig Chicken and the Lazy Man will run forever.
It's a
15 seasons.
He keeps feeding us shit episodes. We don't know, we can't react to them.
We're going to be like the Simpsons. Michelle and I are going to leave in like the interns from like a year from now will take over as head writers. We'll be on that long. We'll be on our 35th season of Pink Chicken and the Lazy Man. We won't even be our voices will just be an AI program.
Jack will use his walker to cook the hot dogs on the grill.
Yeah, we'll be Jack Jr. by then. They'll change it to Cooking with Jack's son. But speaking of seasons, this episode will mark the last of our regular scheduled programming for season 2 of Pink Chicken and the Lazy Man. And after this one, our next podcast will be a very special episode.
We reviewed a throwback episode that we meant to do a couple months ago, but we both took ill.
During a very special night.
On Valentine's Day.
Yes, we reviewed a romantic dinner episode from the early days of Jack.
Look forward to seeing that come out soon.
As good as Cool Whip cream cheese filling. That's all I have to say.
And eat it directly out of the tub. Forget the shell. Just drinking
the hot fudge right out of the jar.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
That's how good it'll be, folks. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like us and support us on Podbean. I am Tom the Lazy Man.
And I'm Michelle Pink Chicken.
Thanks for joining us, folks.